All right, thank y'all for being here. Obviously coming off a really good road win, probably looked as much like ourselves as we have all year. Kids were motivated, ready to play, and probably played as hard on defense as we've played all year, and did some things that we haven't been able to do all year as a team, and overcome some adversity, and I think that was huge. So it was a good win on the road. It was our first road win of the year, so it was good for our kids. And, now I think the challenge is, we're starting to learn how to practice better. We had our best week of preparation that we've had all year last week. Now can we build on that, right? Can we continue to grow and continue to build on the things that we did well and still clean up some mistakes that'll get you beat? So I think that's the challenge right now going in this week. And you're staring down. We got 2 games left, both conference games. The conference race is kind of wide open right now, right? There's just everybody's got a loss. There's stuff going on. So I think this is Austin Peay's last conference game. They're going to be ready to play. Their 2 conference losses are just like ours. They lost to Central Arkansas and Jacksonville State, same as us. They're 6-3. The other loss is to West Kentucky, FBS opponent. Fairly close game. They're a good football team. Do a great job offensively. Their quarterback can run and throw, and he when I say run, like he's not going to slide or run out of bounds. He likes to run the ball and do a really good job with it. They got good skill kids, good backs. They're active on defense and athletic. They're a good football team, and we're going to have to be ready to play, this weekend, and we got to continue to build on it. But they do a really good job. They'll score points in waves as well. They got down 14-0 last weekend and right off 31 points, in a back-and-forth game, after that. But good football team, well coached, do a great job, play hard. So we got a work cut out for us. We got to go prepare the right way. We've been better at that, but we got to build on it. There's only really one formula for us that gives us a chance to win, and that's really great preparation and great mindset and playing extremely hard, which is – really been Kennesaw State football, and when we kind of look like ourselves. So I think that's the key again this week. We got to do that and be ready to go. It's our last home game. It's senior day, so we need to put ourselves in position to be prepared to go give ourselves the best opportunity to win the game against a really good football team that'll come in hungry and ready to win. So I'll open the floor for questions.
Coach, 3 wins in a row. And I'm sure the preparation for all 3 of those is a big part of the wins. But being able to kind of turn the season around, what other things are you guys doing well now that maybe you hadn't been doing at the beginning of the year?
I think, really you go back to after probably the Central Arkansas game when things kind of were not real good, right? And John, to be honest with you, we really put an emphasis on the preparation, on watching tape on your own, guys doing their job. We also put a huge emphasis on, we quit thinking so much and go play fast. And that at that time, those were the 2 things that really we were really harping on, right? Just, hey, go play fast. You could see some guys thinking and maybe worrying about making a mistake, whatever it might be. And then we hadn't learned how to really prepare the right way either. So I think those were some things we went and attacked, and we've gradually gotten better at those things. And then, then you do those things, and then you're able to make some plays, and some things happen, and you get some confidence. Because in all honesty, there was a period there we probably lacked a lot of confidence, and the only way you get confidence, you have to go earn it. Nobody's going to give you that. You got to go earn it. And so I think those things are the things we harped on, and then we just kept at it. And ultimately, when we say play fast, we're not playing hard. Like, you may not do everything perfect, but when you play hard, your teammates are going to cover you up, if that makes sense. You may fit the wrong gap, right? But your teammates are playing so hard that they cover you up. You live for the next down, you correct it, you fix it, you move forward. So those are things we've tried to be able to do. And we knew going into the game Saturday we need to line up and run the football. I challenged the offense. I said we need, out of you got a slot room, you got a quarterback room, you got a two-back room. I said, 2 of those rooms need to have 100-plus yard rushing. We didn't quite meet that, but the slot room got it, which has not happened much this year, if any, because that was the formula for winning, right? That you could see that would be what would give us a chance, and I thought we did some things better on that end that gave us a chance. So I think that's it, and just keep going at it every day, and finding ways to build on preparation, and then seeing a little success with it, obviously, is huge, right? When you win a little bit, okay, this is working, this is good, and I think defensively we're playing so much better now than we were earlier in the year. We're not perfect, we got a lot of work to do, but we're playing harder, and the guys up front, when challenged, have responded, and you're starting to see some guys gain some confidence, but as I told them yesterday, Saturday's gone. It don't mean anything anymore. I said, that's it. It's gone. We call it Move On Monday for a reason. I said, that's all done, man. Your body work this week, and what you do on Saturday is who you are. And I said, if we can live on Saturday, and you'll go get beat on this Saturday, and it won't matter, right? Your body of work for this week is your body of work. And but I do think we've gained some confidence, to answer your question, through some of those things, and we've been able to build on them, and it's been positive.
Touch a little deeper on that when you're talking about the defense. It seems like since that Central Arkansas game, you had 5 interceptions last week. I think it's been at least 3 the previous 2 weeks. It seems like while the defense is still giving up some yards, some points, now there's that attacking style where they're kind of a ball hawking. Is that what you're talking about when it comes to the confidence and playing better, not thinking about it? They're just reacting and going and getting the ball.
Absolutely. I call it trusting your preparation. So, I've prepared. I know what to do. I'm going to go play. I'm not going to – now, you have to make in-game adjustments every game, right, because people are going to give you a different look or something. But trust your preparation so you can go play fast. You don't think. And what you're seeing is guys are playing faster. They're reacting to things, instead of thinking about things, which you hope turns into some turnovers, right? And there's nothing like, guys are just doing their job and playing fast. It's not like it's, they're just doing their job and playing fast. And if you do that and you just keep doing it over and over, usually good things happen at some point. And that was really Saturday. We had a little lull on defense in the second quarter. But outside of that, I thought the guys were flying around. Now, we gave up some third downs that we got to continue to work on. But, you create 5 turnovers now, your odds of winning the game are pretty solid, right? So, but that's just guys doing their job. That's not like we always talk about getting 3 every game. That's the goal. But it's just guys playing fast and doing their job.
It also seems like offensively over the last 3 games, you found a way to hit some big plays that weren't happening at the beginning of the year, whether it's better run blocking, allowing the guys to hit the corner, or through the air. Again, does this go back to everything that you're talking about as far as prep and playing loose?
We're trying to. It's we've gone through a lot of different trying to find the best way to get some of that done. But Saturday was who we were, right? That's who we are. That's we got to find a way to run the ball. We got to find a way to hit some explosive plays. However you do that, right? Whether it's a quarterback, 2-back, a pitch, a pass, especially in critical situations where you can either keep the chains moving or get it. You obviously want the explosive plays. So, but it's kind of been a team wide thing. It's hey, we got to go play. We got to play fast and execute the offense. And honestly, we're getting different looks every week, man. We may prep for something all week and we get something different. So, and when you're in a new league, right, there's a lot of that because you don't really have a lot of reference points sometimes. So we're having to adjust and adapt in a lot of ways. more than maybe usual. But yeah, I mean, I think it's let's go play fast. Let's execute what we're doing. Have faith in it, trust it, and go play.
Austin Peay 6-3 coming in defensively. I think a little bit they've been a little bit similar to the way that you guys have played. Who are the people on defense that stand out for Austin Peay?
Well, I mean, they got several guys up front. I tell you what they do well, John. They're active. They're athletic. They run to the ball. They always seem to be moving and creating pressure. They're going to put pressure on the offense, right? They're attacking. They use their personnel well. They got guys that are getting all the accolades, but they do a good job of running the ball. They're athletic. We'll have to navigate a little bit, where that's going to be in game. But they do a good job of what they're doing, and they're not afraid to move. They're not afraid to put pressure on you. That's kind of who they are. So we'll have to get ready to deal with that.
Last thing, somewhere in the second half, your son caught a pretty important touchdown pass. Now, I know in the middle of the game, it's probably not something that you think about, but now having a few days, that's got to be – how special of a moment was that when you go back and look at it, knowing that not only is he playing on the team, but he's become a serious contributor?
Yeah. Well, I'm happy for him, first of all. He's earned it. He's come here and worked his tail off. He's playing really well without the ball, which is what we ask our guys to do a lot. And I was proud of him for – obviously, that was a big play. I think it was a great protection, great throw, great catch. Obviously, it put us ahead and gave us the opportunity to win the game. So happy for him. I did walk over, after it and congratulated him, because I know he was excited, about his first touchdown, collegiate touchdown. So I'm happy for him. He's earned it. And he's my son. But when kids, I'm happy for our kids when they go earn stuff and they work hard and they get rewarded for it. This is what this thing's about, right? Happy for him. I think it was a good moment. I know he's excited.
What about happy for mom,
Yeah.
grandma?
Well, I mean, I think my parents were at the game. They made the trip, so that was good. They got to be there, and my daughter was in a swim meet. So my wife was with my daughter trying to navigate timing and watching a game and seeing everything. So I think everybody was excited.
So, Coach, on Saturday we'll be honoring the senior class. What can you say about their contributions to KSU football and the gold standard?
Yeah, I think, anytime you look at a senior class, you look at, what all's gone on. And I'll say this for this year, to date, this has probably been one of the toughest years we've had here, right? We've faced some adversity that we've really never faced here. We've been in more situations that have been challenging than we've ever been in here. And, I go back to that moment, you're sitting there 2-4 and you just got embarrassed at home, right? In the conversation in the locker rooms about handling adversity. And tough times don't last, tough people do. Adversity illuminates character. All these things that are really tough, in my opinion, in 2022 to navigate and deal with. And to the senior class and to the leaders on the football team, to their credit, and not even, but to their credit, they said, we're going to go fight. And we're going to keep playing. And we did some things to try to create some different goals in the moment. We talked about going on a mission, winning 1, winning 2 in a row. We talked about this week, 3's a streak, right? A lot of conversation about that after the game. But these are the things we kind of went and attacked. And to the senior class and to the leaders' credit, they've embraced this, which has helped everybody, because some of the young guys are like, what's going on, right? Because they don't know. So I think to those guys' credit, I mean, we wouldn't be where we are. And this has been it's been a challenging year. And I got to tell them yesterday, I said, guys, the conference thing's not over, right? said, it's not over. I said, there's still a lot of moving parts to what could happen here. And because we kind of put it aside, because at that time, you're like, hey, we got to put all this aside. We just got to go focus on this. We can't, all the other stuff can't worry about. And, and I don't know what's going to happen. We got to go just take care of business at practice today. But to your question, I think it says a lot about the leaders and seniors on our team. By far the most challenging times and the most unique season we've had here, by far. And I don't even go down the road of all the different stuff that we've had to overcome to even get to where we are. And so to credit to the seniors and to the leaders on the team to keep fighting, because it would have been very easy sitting there at 2-4 and you just got your butt kicked at home to just say, oh, well. But I think also it speaks volumes of the culture of our program that we can navigate some adversity and fight through it. And we're not done. We got a lot of work to do. This week's going to be maybe the biggest challenge we've had in the last 3 weeks. And I say that because we just came off a big win. How are we going to respond to that, right? Like, we had a big win. We went on the road, and we beat a ranked team, okay? What are we going to do about it now? All right, that's great. That was last week. How are we going to respond? We got another game. And so I think, again, it's going to be that group. The leaders, the seniors, hey, man, this is what we got to do now, right? This is home game. You talk about goals. You talk about playing at home. It's the last home game this season. Like I said, the conference stuff's still wide open. Who knows what's going to happen? It's kind of the wild, wild west right now. There's a lot of moving parts. And the thing we can control and the leaders and the seniors can control is how we approach practice today. And then we'll worry about tomorrow and see if we can go prepare and have a good game. Gave you way more than you asked for.
Coach, I felt like kind of a similar situation from where the team was in Central Arkansas was inside the game against Tennessee Martin. Third quarter, they had scored at that point, I think, 21 consecutive points. Kennesaw State had fumbled the football, held them, and then there was a turnover on a punt return. Tennessee Martin had the football around the red zone. They scored, but they were held to a field goal. What did you feel like in that defensive stand may have done to flip the rest of the game for KSU, an opportunity where they had all the momentum on the other side?
So those were huge. So we had several of those moments in the game. Earlier in the game, they break a run on us and get down to the half-yard line, and the defense does not flinch. Actually, it ended up being like 4th and 8 after being on the half-yard line to kick a field goal, right? That's huge. Now, maybe you shouldn't have been down there. Then we have an unfortunate, where the ball hit our guy, right, and they hold him to a field goal. And so I think what it was, the mindset of our kids was, it don't matter. We're going to go play. We're going to do our job. And it was a different mindset. And I'm going to tell you, defensively now, it was about good as I've seen in a while. I sat in a meeting with them yesterday. I'm like, boys, that's Kennesaw State football. I said, y'all want to know what it looks like? Look on the screen right now. We had play 49. It was just a little screen pass. There's 9 guys on top of the ball carrier, and the other 2 are standing right by there. So I think that mindset, knowing to your question, is the way they were, and it really didn't matter what the circumstance was. They were just going to go play, and they believed they were going to win. And we played with a chip on our shoulder. It's who we are. Like, that's how we got to play. Like, you know what I mean? And best week of practice we've had all year. Not what it needs to be yet, but it was the best we've had. So, but that was huge. I think momentum, you know what I mean? And that was an unfortunate – like, we had a couple things we were fortunate with. Like, that one, we didn't field a kick, and we were very fortunate to get a very delayed offsides call. So but you know what, guys? We're overdue for a few of those. We ain't got many this year. So we're going to take them, by gosh. I mean, we ain't got a lot of them. So we're going to take them. But I think that was huge in momentum. But I think it was the mindset of our kids, right? They weren't going to flinch, I mean, there's a lot of things happened in the game that were tough, but they just kept playing. So let's build on this, right? That's the hope right now. Let's build on it.
Lastly, Coach, you had mentioned that you talked a little bit afterward about streaking, going on a 3-game win streak, and I believe you had some of your longtime assistants help break the team down afterward. Why was it important for them to be a part of that?
So, we have a lot of traditions in the locker room after games. Obviously, we sing the fight song. Sterling's usually there, and he always has the opportunity to talk about it's no sin to win. He wasn't there. So I decided to get the OGs up and give them an opportunity to communicate that at the end of the game, just because these guys have been here from the get-go, and it's been a challenging season, right? And so I thought that was it, pretty much what it was. I got those guys up and gave them a chance to communicate that to the team. Something we do after every win. So we did that, and then we talked about anytime you get 3, that's a streak. It's considered a streak, and so there was some extracurricular a little bit after the game. It's all good, so that's that. Knowing that was what that was. So I just kind of had those guys come up and give them an opportunity to communicate. It's no sin to win. Big guys have been here the whole time, and I think those that have been here understand all the moving parts of what's going on here. All right, thank y'all.